Are you a Sigma male? Think you're untouchable? Think again, this one fantasy could be your silent downfall. It's time to rip the mask off and face the truth head-on. Welcome to the Sigma male community where we don't just talk about strength, we forge it in the fire of reality. You're here because you're different. Independent, self-reliant, a man who carves his own path through a world of noise. But even the sharpest blade can dull under the weight of a lie. Today we're exposing the fantasy that's been creeping into your mind, the seductive myth of the untouchable lone wolf, and dismantling it piece by piece. This isn't about breaking you, it's about waking you up to the raw, authentic power you've been chasing all along. Stick with me, Sigma, because this journey is about to get real. You've built your life on clarity, rejecting the herd, and that's what makes you strong. But strength isn't just in standing alone, it's in seeing through the illusions that bind you. This fantasy promises invincibility but delivers chains. Isolation, perfectionism, emotional numbness. It's the image of a man who needs nothing, feels nothing, and thrives in silent agony. Sound familiar? It's a trap and we're busting it wide open. At the Sigma male community, we're not here to coddle you, we're here to arm you with the tools to master yourself and rise above. So let's dive in and shatter this myth together. You ready? 1. The suffering lie, romanticizing struggle. Picture this, the lone wolf hunched against the wind, his scars a silent testament to his grit. It's a scene straight out of a movie, dark, brooding, heroic, and it's got you hooked. The fantasy whispers that suffering is your crown, that every ounce of pain proves your worth as a Sigma. You've bought into it, haven't you? Grinding through exhaustion, wearing isolation like a medal, thinking it's the price of depth. But here's the cold truth. Glorifying struggle doesn't make you profound, it makes you a prisoner to your own story. Stoicism cuts through this haze like a blade. The ancients didn't revel in pain, they faced it with clear eyes, knowing it's inevitable but not the point. Suffering isn't your purpose, it's a signal. You, Sigma, can take that signal and turn it into power, building, creating, growing, instead of drowning in some self-inflicted tragedy. Stop romanticizing the grind, start mastering it. What's more Sigma than that? A man who endures silently, or one who transforms chaos into fuel. The second guy's not just surviving, he's thriving. That brooding image might look good on a poster, but it's a hollow shell in real life. You're not here to play a character, you're here to live with purpose. Drop the script and pick up the tools to forge something real. This isn't about avoiding pain, it's about not letting it define you. Peace isn't weakness, it's the foundation of unshakable strength. When you stop chasing suffering as proof of your Sigma soul, you free yourself to build a life that's gritty, yes, but also alive with meaning. That's where your real power lies. 2. The solitude trap, isolation equals strength. Solitude feels like home, doesn't it? That quiet space where you sharpen your mind, free from the chatter of the crowd. It's a Sigma superpower, until the fantasy twists it into a cage. It tells you strength demands isolation, that any connection is a crack in your armor. You've pulled back, built walls, convinced yourself that needing anyone is a betrayal of who you are. But those walls aren't protecting you, they're cutting you off from the oxygen of perspective. The Stoics valued self-reliance, but they weren't hermits. They engaged the world on their terms, knowing that even a lone wolf thrives with a pack when it matters. Sigma, your independence isn't about rejecting everything. It's about choosing what aligns with your path. Total isolation? That's not strength. That's a slow fade into irrelevance. You're starving yourself of the feedback and fire that sharpen your edge. Imagine this. You're a fortress, not an island. A fortress has gates, strategic, controlled, but open to the right allies. A trusted brother, a sharp mind, a fleeting exchange, they don't weaken you, they amplify you. The fantasy wants you locked away, but real strength knows when to stand alone and when to stand together. Solitude's a tool, don't let it become your tomb. Break the trap. Step out when it serves you. Your power isn't diminished by connection, it's refined by it. You're not less Sigma for it, you're more human, more unstoppable. That's the difference between surviving and dominating. 3. The progress paradox, chasing perfection. You're a man of vision, Sigma, driven, relentless, aiming for the top. But this fantasy's got you chasing a ghost, perfection. It's that flawless plan, the untouchable result, the ideal that keeps you tweaking, stalling, second-guessing. You're terrified of launching something that's not pristine, so you sit on your hands while the world moves past you. This isn't discipline, it's fear wearing a noble mask. Stoicism hands you the antidote. Focus on what you can control and let the rest fall. You can't control perfection, it's a moving target, but you can control action. Progress, messy and raw, is where your power lives. Launch the draft, take the shot, move the needle. The Stoics built legacies on effort, not on endless polishing. You're no different. Think of a warrior forging a sword. It starts rough, ugly even, but each strike shapes it into something lethal. Your goals are that blade, imperfect at first but honed through motion. The fantasy wants you stuck in the planning tent. Real Sigma energy steps into the arena. Done beats perfect every time. Release the mirage. Embrace the grind of progress over the paralysis of polish. Every step forward, every scar on that blade, is proof of your strength. You're not here to dream of greatness, you're here to build it, one bold move at a time. 4. The vulnerability armor, rejecting emotion as weakness. You've got that iron mask, don't you? The one that says emotions are for the weak, that showing anything, pain, joy, doubt, is a chink in your Sigma armor. The fantasies drilled this deep. Bury it all, stay stone cold, and you'll be untouchable. But that mask isn't protecting you, it's suffocating you, cutting you off from the fire that makes you human. Stoicism doesn't mean shutting down, it means mastering what's inside. The Stoics felt everything, but they didn't let it rule them. You, Sigma, can wield your emotions like a blade, sharp, controlled, purposeful. Burying them doesn't make you strong, it makes you blind. Strategic vulnerability, cracking that shell with the right people or just yourself, is how you stay alive, not numb. Picture a storm. Ignoring it doesn't stop the rain, it leaves you soaked and lost. Facing it, navigating it, that's power. Emotions aren't your enemy, they're your compass. Anger tells you something's off, sadness points to what matters, joy fuels your drive. Denying them robs you of clarity. Mastering them makes you a force. Drop the armor. Feel deeply, act wisely. That's not weakness, that's the rawest form of strength. You're not a statue, Sigma, you're a man, and that's your edge. 5. The purpose purity fallacy, individualistic purpose. Your purpose burns bright, a mission that's yours alone, untainted by the crowd. But the fantasy twists this into a lie, that it's only real if you do it all solo. It screams that collaboration is compromise, that any help dilutes your soul. So, you hoard your vision, staggering under its weight, rejecting the hands that could lift it higher. That's not independence, it's a shackle. The Stoics lived with purpose, but they didn't shut out the world. They knew a man's strength shines brighter when it's sharpened by others. Sigma, your power isn't in isolation. It's in choosing when to stand alone and when to align with those who get it. A partner, a mentor, a brother, they don't steal your purpose, they multiply it. Think of a lone architect versus a master with a crew. One sketches in the dark, the other builds a city. Carrying everything solo doesn't prove you're strong, it proves you're stubborn. Your vision deserves scale, impact, life beyond your own echo chamber. Selective synergy isn't weakness, it's strategy. Let it breathe. Share the load with the right minds and watch your purpose soar. You're not less for it, you're unstoppable. That's the Sigma way, fierce, free, and smart enough to know when to leverage the world. This is where your fantasy betrays you. Look closer. Sigma, you've carved this identity from stone, independent, clear, a man apart. But this fantasy you've swallowed? It's not your ally, it's your saboteur. That untouchable lone wolf, bleeding in silence, needing nothing? It's a lie so slick you didn't see the cracks. It demands isolation that hollows you out, perfection that stalls you, a denial of your own pulse. It promises dominance but delivers a slow fade into nothing. You didn't sign up for this to become a shadow, you wanted freedom, impact, strength that echoes. This fantasy's the thief in the night, and it's time to call it out. 6. The contamination myth, avoiding all support. You're picky, Sigma, damn proud of it too. But the fantasies warped that into a myth. Any support taints your core. A friend's ear, a mentor's nudge, a hand with the heavy lifting, it paints them as poison, threats to your purity. You've pushed them all away, lugging every burden solo, thinking that's the Sigma badge. It's not, it's a sucker punch to your own potential. Stoicism's about self-mastery, not self-destruction. The wisest Stoics leaned on others to sharpen their minds. Why shouldn't you? Your strength isn't in rejecting everything. It's in knowing who's worth your trust. A single ally chosen right isn't a crutch, it's a catapult. You're not weaker for it, you're smarter, stronger, faster. Imagine a general refusing scouts because he doesn't need help. He's not brave, he's blind. You're the General Sigma. A trusted voice, a skilled hand, they don't contaminate you, they arm you. The fantasy wants you alone and brittle. Real power picks its allies and thrives. Don't buy the lie. Open the gate to the right ones. Your independence shines brighter when you wield it with intent, not isolation. That's how you dominate, strategic, not stubborn. 7. The feeling blindfold, emotions as distractions. You've been sold a line. Emotions are static, a mess to mute if you want focus. The fantasy's got you blindfolding your own soul, numbing anger, silencing joy, dismissing intuition as noise. You think it's control, but it's a blackout. You're not sharper for it, you're stumbling in the dark, cut off from the signals that guide you. Stoicism isn't a lobotomy, it's a lens. The Stoics didn't erase feelings, they harnessed them. Emotions aren't your chains, Sigma, they're your radar. Anger flags a breach, sadness marks what's worth keeping, intuition whispers when logic alone isn't enough. Shutting them out doesn't make you steal, it makes you fragile. Ever driven with no dashboard? That's you ignoring the gauges. That flatness creeping in, that spark fading, it's not strength, it's starvation. True Sigma power integrates the storm, feels it, reads it, rides it. You don't drown in it, you direct it. That's clarity no blindfold can touch. Rip it off. Emotions aren't the enemy, they're your edge. Master them and you'll see further, strike harder, live fuller. You're not a robot, you're a force. Act like it. 8. The collaboration blind spot, missing shared leverage. Solo glory's the fantasy's siren song. Go it alone or it's not yours. It blinds you to the goldmine of alliance, making you scoff at partnerships that could skyrocket your game. You see compromise, not leverage, so you pass on the chance to fuse your fire with someone else's steel. That's not independence, it's a missed shot at greatness. The Stoics weren't fools, they knew reason sometimes means teaming up. Sigma, your vision's fierce, but it's not the only one that matters. A collaborator who clicks doesn't dilute you, they double you. It's not about handing over control, it's about amplifying impact while you stay the architect. Think of a lone wolf versus a pack on the hunt. One might eat, the other feasts. You're passing up feasts because the fantasy's got you stuck on pride. The right alliance, chosen, not forced, frees you to focus on your genius while they handle the rest. That's not weakness, that's winning smarter. Open your eyes. Spot the leverage. You're not less Sigma for it, you're a titan who knows how to build bigger. Take the shot and watch your empire rise. 9. The burnout blueprint, ignoring emotional and physical signals. The fantasy's turned you into a machine, or so it thinks. Push through, ignore the cracks, rest is for the weak. You override exhaustion, brush off stress, silence that nagging gut telling you to stop. It's a badge of honor, until it's a crash site. This isn't toughness, it's a blueprint for breaking. Stoicism's about balance, not burnout. The Stoics listen to nature, theirs included, knowing resilience needs recharge. Sigma, you're not invincible by ignoring your limits, you're invincible by respecting them. Those signals, tiredness, tension, that quiet dread, they're not noise, they're your system's SOS. Heed them or they'll force you to. Picture a blade dulled from overuse. That's you grinding without pause. Sharpening it, rest, reflection, recalibration, doesn't weaken it, it makes it deadly again. Sustainable power isn't relentless, it's rhythmic. The fantasy wants you spent, real strength keeps you in the fight. Tune in. Rest isn't surrender, it's strategy. You're built to conquer, not collapse. Protect your fire and it'll burn longer, brighter, fiercer. That's the Sigma edge. 10. The feedback firewall, rejecting external perspective. You've got this wall up, feedback's just noise, right? The fantasy's convinced you that outside input is a threat, that your vision's pure only if it's untouched. You shrug off advice, dodge critique, lock yourself in a tower of your own certainty. But that tower's not a fortress, it's a trap hiding flaws you can't see alone. Stoicism thrives on reason, and reason doesn't live in a vacuum. The sharpest Stoics sought wisdom wherever it hid, even from others. Sigma, your confidence isn't shaken by a second pair of eyes, it's forged by it. A trusted take can spot the crack in your plan, the pivot you missed, the win you're too close to see. Imagine a fighter blind to his own tells, easy prey. Feedback's your sparring partner, not your enemy. It doesn't own you, you filter it, wield it, make it serve you. The fantasy wants you stagnant. Real growth demands you open the gate, just enough, to sharpen your blade. Drop the wall. Seek the signal in the noise. You're not infallible, you're adaptable, and that's your power. Stay Sigma, stay smart, and rise higher for it. 11. The fantasy reckoning, from illusion to authentic power. This untouchable Sigma myth? It's a gilded cage, shiny, suffocating, and fake. It swaps connection for coldness, progress for paralysis, your pulse for a void. The fantasies had you chasing a shadow, strong on the outside, crumbling within. It's not strength, it's surrender to a lie that's kept you small. Stoicism's your way out, real, raw, grounded in what's true. It's not about cutting yourself off, it's about cutting through the bullshit. Sigma, your powers in authenticity, feeling the fire and channeling it, linking with the right souls, chasing progress over perfection. You're not here to play statue, you're here to move mountains. Shatter the illusion. You're not the lone wolf bleeding out, you're the man who feels, fights, and forges his own damn path. That's not weakness, that's the fiercest rebellion against a world that wants you numb. Define strength your way and watch the fantasy choke on its own dust. This is your reckoning. Embrace the messy, human, unstoppable you. Authentic power doesn't hide, it roars. Step into it, Sigma, and own the life you were built for. You've just stared down the fantasy that's been holding you back. Now what? Take these truths, Sigma, and wield them. Reflect hard. Where's this lie crept into your life? How can you burn it out and build something real? The Sigma male community isn't just a channel, it's your brotherhood, your forge, your guide to cutting through the noise and claiming your power. We're here every step for men like you who refuse to settle. This isn't the end, it's your beginning. If this hit you deep, smash that like button, drop a comment with your fight, share this with a brother who needs it. Let's wake up the Sigma soul everywhere. Subscribe if you haven't and hit that bell. Turn on notifications so you never miss the fire we're bringing. The Sigma male community's your anchor in a world of chaos, and together we're unstoppable. You're not alone in this, Sigma. You're part of something bigger, men who live free, fierce, and true. Walk this path with us and let's build lives that echo strength, not shadows. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where the real fight for power begins. Let's go.